Welcome to Disaster Planning for Nonprofits. We are glad that you are here. You are doing important work. That takes a lot of time and effort. On top of that, you need to be thinking about that next disaster that could get in the way of your mission. It's hard to carve out the time you need to plan for a disaster that isn't on the schedule. And there's no such thing as an off-the-shelf disaster plan useful for any organization because every organization is different. The risks you face are completely unique, dependent on your services, location, structure, and size. So how do you get help preparing for disasters? How do you get your board, staff, volunteers, and maybe even the people you serve on the same page in terms of what needs to happen? You need an easy-to-follow, step-by-step process to create your own unique plan. Disaster Planning for Nonprofits was created by nonprofit leaders for nonprofit leaders. It gives you information and tools to help you prepare for these bad events. These tools include a helpful guide filled with discussion prompts, checklists, and tips for you and your team. We invite you to consider your organization's journey to being a safe and ready nonprofit. We outline the 3 main steps: document, gather, and problem solve. We give you a place to write down your plan. The document and gather steps are simple but time involved because they involve inventories. You need to write down a lot of key information and gather those important documents. Remember that you might be gathering this information in other ways already, like in your grant writing, so maybe you're farther along than you think. We give you lists of what to inventory and Excel spreadsheets to contain your information. Hopefully, this jumpstarts that effort for you. The problem-solving step of disaster planning invites you to think about what could happen and how you would then respond in the short and long term. We think about it in terms of a bottle that falls off the top shelf. There's that immediate rush to make sure people are safe and no further damage happens. Then there's that cleanup that brings the situation back to a stable place. Your nonprofit disaster planning is similar. You imagine what could happen and then stabilize the situation, often in collaboration with others. Disaster planning for nonprofits is geared towards reducing barriers so you can produce that continuity of operations plan that will serve you in the case of a disaster. Disaster Planning for Nonprofits is sponsored in Oregon by the Nonprofit Association of Oregon. NAO's mission is to strengthen the collective voice, leadership, and capacity of nonprofits to enrich the lives of Oregonians. Disasters represent a significant risk to your success, which is why NAO has made this resource available to you. So, welcome. We warmly invite you to dive into this resource guide and tools. Reach out if you have any questions. Your success matters.